Hi Sewfam, let's learn how to sew this off the shoulder bustier wrapper dress with this stylish sleeve. So just stay with me as I show you the behind the scene of my photo shoot, and this dress is so lovely. So I'll be teaching you how to sew this dress from start to finish. So here is the off the shoulder pattern. So what I'll do is I'll minus 6 inches for my off the shoulder, then I'll mark my bust point, my under bust, my waist and my shoulder. So I've already marked that down, so you rule them out. So I'll go down by 3.5 inches for the armhole line, then I'll mark my across front divided by 2. So my across front is 16, divided by 2 is 8, so I'll mark it there. Then I'll use my French cuff for the arm side. This is the armhole side. So I'll mark my my waistline. I'll divide my waist into 2 and the hip line, so I'll connect it like so. So this is me drafting my order. So I'll mark the apex point like so. So my apex is 8, so I'm going to divide it by 2, that is 4 inches. So I'll rule it with a straight line for my apex, so I can be able to take in my darts. Okay, so at my under bust I'll go in by 1.5 inches, then at the center front I'll go in by ½ inches like so. Okay, I'll use my French cuff to connect it. So at the waist I'll go out by 1.5 inches or 1 inches, and I'll connect it to my waist like so. I will extend it to the hip like so. At the chest line I'll go in by 1.5 inches and connect it like so. Then I'll also remark it at the armhole because I went in by 1.5 inches, so I'm going to be marking it down, marking out the dart I took. Okay, so I'm remarking it like so. So I'll connect my dart. So I've already drafted the front of the shoulder dress. This is the bustier pattern. So at the hip I will go out by 4 inches or 4.5 inches like so. I'll mark it like so, then I'll connect it to my waistline like so. Okay, I'll connect it. So after connecting it, I'll cut out my pattern. So give this video a big thumbs up, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get you notified when I am posting new tutorials. So I also cut out the dart line like so. So I've cut it. So this is my off the shoulder front pattern. I've cut that out, so I'll keep that aside. Then I'll mark the back pattern. Okay, so I'll also mark my apex point and connect it. My dart intake is ½ inches, so I'm going to be connecting my dart intake like so. So I'll go in by 1 inch as back puff, then I'll connect it to my chest line and my hip. So I'll also mark my bust round divided by 2, waist round and the hip round. I'll also go out by 5 inches at the hip side. Okay, so I'll connect the armhole like so. So after connecting, I'll cut out the back of the shoulder pattern. This is the back pattern, so I'll cut that out. So let me know if you found this tutorial helpful. So let me know where you're watching this tutorial from. Okay, so I will close up my dart intake because I don't want to sew the dart, so I will use my pin to close it off before I transfer it to my fabric. Okay, so this is me pinning it down. So I've drafted that out. So to draft the skirt pattern, so I'll fold my skirt into 2, then I'll mark the full length. I'll mark my hip length of 8 inches. That's the standard hip measurement. I'm drafting the back skirt pattern. Okay, so I'll mark the knee length like so. I'll also mark the hip round, 1 inches for the zipper allowance. Okay, so I'll mark it. I'm marking 1 inch for zipper allowance, so I'll rule it a straight line. So I'll mark my hip round divided by 4, the waist round divided by 4 like so. I'll connect it like so. Okay, so I'll also minus 2 inches from my hip length, and I'll put it down to my knee length and connect it, knee round and connect it. So I will mark my seam allowance and also my zipper allowance of 1 inch like so. So this is me connecting my zipper allowance. Okay, so I've extended it down, so I'll mark the full length. I'll mark the full length of my skirt. So I'll also take it down to my knee length because the skirt is a long skirt, a long straight skirt. So I'll add seam allowance of 1 inch like so. So this is me drafting the back skirt pattern. So I will cut out the skirt pattern like so. It's super easy. Okay, so I'll cut out this front skirt pattern. So here is the front skirt. So I'll mark the hip length and the knee length, yes, and I'll mark the full length measurement. So I'll mark my waist round divided by 4, hip round divided by 4, and I'll minus 2 inches from the hip round, and I'll put it down to the knee round like so. I'll connect it. So I'm drafting the front skirt pattern. So I'll add 1 inch seam allowance by the side and connect it like so. So this is me connecting it. So I will go down by 1.5 inches and connect this to avoid skirt folds. Okay, so I'll extend it to the ankle length here like so. So I'll connect it from the seam allowance down. So this is my front skirt. So I'm done cutting. So I will just cut it out like so. So after cutting, I will go and sew it, and you see how it is. Okay, so this is the blouse, the bustier. I've already folded my fabric and I iron my hairstay like so. So I place my off the shoulder bustier pattern on the fabric, and I mark and add seam allowance of 1/2 inches like so all around the bustier pattern. Then at the side seam I went out by 1.5 inches. So after marking it, I'll just cut out like so. So I'm cutting the front bustier pattern. I'll cut it out. So I'm cutting out the lining. So I'll use the lining to cut the main fabric. So I place the back of the shoulder pattern. So I added 1 inch allowance for the zip, and at the side seam I add 1.5 inches. Then at the hem I went down by 1 inches like so. So after making the markings, I connected them. Then I'll cut it out. So it's super easy. So I've already cut out my off the shoulder back pattern. So I've already sewn them together. I sewn the bustier side like so. So this is me sewing it like so. So after sewing, I will open up the seam allowance. Then I'll iron it so it will lay flat. So you use like this your bustier tailor arm, then you iron it out so that the bustier will come out very well. So I'm going to recut my armhole line so that my sleeve will be free. So I went down by 1 inch, then I cut it out like so that the sleeve will be free and it will size me. Okay, so I will do the same to the main fabric. So I'll be going inward at the chest line by 1 inches, then I'll go down by 1 inches, then I'll recurve my armhole line, because the off the shoulder armhole line needs to fit around your arm, so it will not be very tight. Okay, so I will do the same to the back. So any measurement that you take from the front, you also do the same to the back also, so that it will be the same. Okay, so that the armhole of your client or anybody will not be too tight. Okay, so this is how I am retrimming it out like so. So after trimming, so this is the skirt. I've already sewn the skirt like so. So I've sewn the skirt. I join it by the side. And I sew it down like so. And I also sew the center back. So I will go and fix my skirt zip to it. So after fixing my skirt zip, I'll just add my band to it, because it's a wrapper dress. So I'll tie wrapper. So I'll fold the hem and sew. Okay, so I've already trimmed it. So I'll go down by 1 inches, because I need to shaping the neckline, because I did not shape my neckline. Okay, so after I went down by 1 inch, then I curve it. I curve it, and I'll cut out my off the shoulder neckline. I need to have this curve. Okay, so I'm going to be putting my bra cup, I'm going to be sewing my bra cup to the main fabric. Okay, to the main fabric. I'll sew my bra cup to the main fabric. Then the lining, I'll be sewing my bust caging to the lining part. Like you see, I marked the midpoint, so I went out by 4 inches at the side. Then I come down, I will trace it out like so. It's super easy like so. You can check out how to do bust caging. I will link it in this video, so you can also do your bust caging. Okay, so this is how I'll place my bony to the fabric and sew. So I'm going to be extending it by 1 inch. I'm going to be putting another bony there by 1 inch for my bust caging. So I'll take it to the sewing machine, so you see the way I'm sewing my bust caging. So this is me sewing at the upper part of the bust caging. Yes, so I went down by 1.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to be sewing it down to the center front like so. So after sewing, I'll just cut out and sew the other side. So make sure that you sew in that edge of the bony, not inside the bony. You see that tiny edge where you can sew. So I'll cut it out like so. So I place the bony on the other side. So that's how I will sew the bony through the line I mark. Okay, so I'm sewing it like so. It's super easy. So make sure you take your time when sewing this bustier caging. So don't rush, so just sew it slowly. Okay, so do well to like this video and share, and please turn on the bell notification to get notified when I'm posting new tutorials. Okay, so I'll be and do well to check out the sleeve of this dress. So do well to check out the tutorial out. It's super easy. Okay, so I'm placing my boning through the under bust of my bustier. I'm sewing it all around like so. So please make sure that you use this half an inch bony. Don't use the bigger bony. So just take your tape rule measurements. You measure that. You measure if it should be half an inch, so that it will be very flexible when you are turning. But if you use the bigger bony, you will struggle when sewing it like so. Okay, so I've already sewn it like so. So I'm going to be sewing the vertical one. So I'll show you how it is. So I'm done sewing my bustier. See how copy. To flesh the bust caging, so you place your hairstay, or you can use your fiber. Okay, so please check my tutorial on how to sew a bust caging, so you see how to use your fiber to flesh it. So I'll be using my hairstay to flesh the bustier because my fiber got finished. Okay, so you can use your hairstay, place on the bony, iron it with your iron. So I am also placing hairstay on it the second time, so that it will soften, so that bony will not choke me when I'm putting on the clothes. So I've already fleshed the bustier finish. So I will just trim out the excess hairstay on it like so. So I'll trim it out. So this is the lace. Okay, so I placed the front the main fabric. So I'll just place my lace. So this is me taking that so that the lace can be able to lay flat on the fabric. So I'll just slash the lace like so, and I'll just use my pin to pin it down before I sew it. Okay, so I place the lace on the fabric, on the shoulder front fabric. So I'm slashing the middle so that it will lay flat, so that it will not it will not be tight. Okay, so I'll use my pin to be holding it down like so. So this is how to place your lace on your main fabric. Okay, so you can do it like so, or you can because this is a beaded fabric, so I cannot be cutting it like so. So I'll use my pin to pin that down. So I've also done the back, and I've also sewn the zip like so. So this is the back and this is the front. Okay, you see how it is. After I've sewn it, I unsew it, then this is the front. Okay, so this is how it is. So I'll be sewing the lining together. So this is the back lining. So I'll just open up the zip and place the back line. I'll sew it at the neckline, the zipper line, the armhole down to the like so. I'll sew it so you see it after sewing. So this is the front. So I place the lace like so. So I'm joining it right side facing right side. So I'll place it like so. So I'll sew. I've already marked ½ inch to enclose the seam allowance. I'm joining the line and the fabric together. So I'll sew it, and I'll sew it all the way down like so, and I'll bring it so you see how it looks. So I've already sewn it. So I'm already taking my measurement like so. I'm making my measurement. So I mark 1 inch. So I also measure the waistline. Okay, so I'll take my seam allowance like so, 1 inch. Then I'll mark it. So after marking it, I'll connect it like so. It's super easy. So just make sure that you use your own measurements. So I'll connect it all the way to the hip like so. So I'll do the same to the other side of my off the shoulder bustier top like so. I'll connect it. So after doing it, I'll go and sew it. So I'm already done sewing it. I also insert the sleeve. So click the next video to watch the tutorial of how to sew the sleeve. See how neat the inside is. So I've already sewn it. So I'll show you the inside. Yes, this is the inside. See how neat it is. Okay, so this is the skirt. I added band to my skirt and my zip. Okay, so for the wrapper I use 2.5 yard. Okay, for the wrapper. So 2.5 yards for the wrapper. So this is me measuring it, or you can use 2.5 and 20. Okay, this is 2.5 and 20. So this is the outcome of my dress. So I am taking a photo shoot with my family. So please do well to check the sleeve tutorial of this beautiful dress. Give this video a big thumbs up.